Hi, friends. Phoebe Trotman here. Welcome to another edition of Burst of Brilliance. So, thank you so much for joining us today. If you're watching live, go ahead and drop a one comment. Let us know where you're watching in from. If you're watching a two, comment below and let us know where you're watching the replay from. Thank you so much for being here. We're super excited. The Never Quit on a Bad Day is available and is out. And so, one of the things I thought would be fun to do is get on a live and just chat a little bit with the contributors so you can meet the people behind the pages. In every chapter, there is a video of encouragement. So you get a little snapshot. But I thought it'd be fun to hop on here and really just get a chance to hear from them a little bit about their contribution, their thought process, and just ask some questions. So we are here today with Jen Furness and Jeanie Fountain. Thank you, ladies, for being here. Your chapter just about faith and forgiveness is so powerful, and it's connecting with people who have gone through stuff. And as we know, life will throw curveballs, life will have bumps, and things will happen. And it's how we push through that really is where that character comes from. And I just adore you two. We had a chance to connect. I don't even know how many years ago now it is, but several years ago, we were in another book together. And friends watching, I was just so impressed. They're shining, they're inspiring people, they're encouraging people. And I just adore you two. And so when I had this vision, or God gave me the vision for this book, I was like, okay, let me think who. And it was like, yeah, Jen and Jeanie. Absolutely. Because you guys have an incredible story. And I appreciate you two both so much. So thank you for being on Burst of Brilliance today. Thank you for your contribution to the book. And just thank you for being
Thank you,
incredible.
Nikki.
So
Thank
welcome.
you.
So you know what? Let's just start off with like, why did you say yes? I know why I asked you guys. I just shared why I asked you guys, but why did you say yes when I reached out of the blue and was like, hey, have this idea? What was going through your head?
Well, I will say that, honestly, just like what you said, I cannot remember how many years ago it was that we were introduced through our beautiful industry. But, being able to partner on different legacy projects like yours, and being able to share and hopefully help people to be able to not maybe either make the mistakes or not understand, that success is a journey. Being able to help contribute to that, I was all for it. And since you are such an inspiration to both of us as well, we just could not wait to participate and be part of your legacy project.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and I agree with all of that, obviously, and when you have the experiences that we've had over the last 11 years of working in our companies, I think to myself, gosh, what a great way to pay it forward and to share our experiences as a whole. All of us, all of the actual people that have written in this book, it's amazing wisdom, really, that's shared. And I love that piece. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And yeah, isn't it? Because I mean, a part of why I even wanted to create something, I didn't know what it was going to be originally, was because of what you just shared. Like, there's so many people who I feel like I've had an opportunity to connect with and learn from and grow from. And it's like you learn these lessons and you just want to share it with other people and let them, whether it's a shortcut, it saves them, pulling some hair out or delays whatever it is. It's like, here, let us help. So, well, what are your thoughts of the book? So for viewers, if you have not seen any of the other Bursts of Brilliance, and this is your first one, please go back and watch the other ones. And we have more coming because Jen and Jeanie's chapter is chapter 5. So there's some before and there's some after. What are your thoughts of the book? Because one of the things with all the contributors, I reached out to them individually. I asked them not to share with anyone what they're working on, and no one did share. And so none of the contributors actually knew who else was going to be in the book until they got the book. So I reached out to them, we worked on their story, and then they saw that there was a story, there was reflections on resilience, there was a video that they contributed. However, they didn't know how it was going to all look, and they didn't know who else was going to be in it. So now that the book is out, you guys have your copy. What are your overall thoughts of the book?
Well, I will tell you that I literally was kind of laughing because when I got a copy and I shared it with Jeanie, and I just was thinking, like, it was, of course, such a privilege and an honor to be able to be in part of your book. And yet seeing people like Simon Chan and Jordan Adler and all these different people, it's like, oh my gosh, what an honor and privilege to be able to partake in something like this with people that are so successful in this area.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there's not a chapter, I think, that any person under the sun, and that's what's beautiful about this book, is it's not just for one industry or one business or anything like that. It's literally just so much great wisdom to be able to share with every person in every business. And I think that's what's going to make it super, super successful, because it's not just about the wonderful wins, it's about the struggle. And I love, love, love being able to start with that. So
so good.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you. And that was going to be one of my questions, is like, who do you think can benefit from the book? But Jeanie, you kind of already touched a little bit on that. So Jen, anything, your thoughts in terms of?
Yeah, honestly, we come from corporate America. We were working in corporate America for corporate healthcare for over 20 years. And so I know that, regardless, even though we have lots of people who are contributing from our industry of network marketing and direct sales, I think that everybody who has challenges in life can benefit. That's what I love about about our industry, is that we get to have such a ripple effect of contribution in the world, because we work with people from every background and every type of work and career, that it all impacts us in every aspect of our life, as in, or whether it's relationships or our work or our marriages or, our team building, all that stuff, it all applies to everyone. So if anyone's watching and wonders, is this for me? It absolutely is.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And yeah, one of the things that jumped out to me too with your chapter is the fact that you guys got hit. And we won't go into too much, because again, you can read their story in the book. One of the things was just how much, because in life we get hit with negativity, and we can wish we lived in that bubble where everything is positive, but you know what? We face challenges, whether it's negativity in the workplace, it can be online where people aren't the nicest, it can be in your profession, in your business. And that was one thing. I mean, when I read your story, I was like, wait, what? They did what? Why would that person do that? Like, I was so frustrated by it. But the fact that you guys went through, the importance thing of forgiveness and having that faith to realize that this was just this moment, this was their issue, really, unfortunately impacted you guys and your business, and you had to work through that. But just the importance of forgiveness. And that's what I loved about your chapter, because I remember there's a quote, you guys can jump in, and because I might butcher it, but it was something like, when you don't forgive, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And it's like, it's so powerful, because it's like forgiveness is for ourselves. It really is for ourselves. So maybe give a little, again, your story's in there, but just touch a little bit on that forgiveness and the journey you guys had to go through to get to a place where you are now too.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's not only in our business that we can even attribute this to. It's really in so many things in life. It can be, in the workplace. It can be in your neighborhood, your neighbor next door, what I mean? Or in, church, anywhere. It can be that something happens and another person appears, or it feels like someone's wanting to tear you down for whatever reason. And we just have to be able to step back, step out, and really take a bigger look at what's happening, because most often it's not anything to do with you particularly, you specifically. It's about whatever's going on in that other person's life, and so I think that helps us to be able to find a way to extend forgiveness to whoever it is, because I think we can all resonate with the fact that sometimes we even can't see past our own, faults and our issues and things like that, where we might hurt someone else too and not even mean to do it or realize it, and have to beg for forgiveness too. So if we're going to receive forgiveness, we have to be able to give it.
Yeah. And I want to just add on to that too, Phoebe, is just, it's really not unique to, our type of business, or it's, whether it's corporate America or just relationships in general, that, hurting people hurt people. We've probably all heard that before, that, and sometimes we so focus on the offense that we get ourselves into this pit that we can't get out of. And it's not until we realize that it really doesn't have to do ultimately with us specifically. Yes, we did have somebody, that might hurt us. And yet if we don't recognize that it's more about them than it is about us, that we just have a hard time coming out of that dark place. And so until we actually do, I hope that people will understand that part of it, is that the main focus of our message was really just about being able to come to a place where we can forgive, so that we don't carry that burden with us, and really just pray for that other person, and ultimately be able to have that, even if it's not restored, at least forgiven.
Absolutely. It's awesome. So let me ask you guys this. So if you could go back and not go back in this situation, but let's just say in life, like knowing what you guys know now, if you could talk to your younger self 20 years ago-ish, we'll say 20, what would you say? What piece of advice would you give to your younger self and just that younger generation in general? And it can be on anything in life. It can be like business focused life, whatever, just anything that you feel on your heart that could help someone.
I think I would probably say, Jeanie, it's not about you. I mean, it's not, sometimes we just so self-focused about, what is it doing to me and what am I going to get, or, all that kind of stuff. And being young, I feel like back then we were just, I feel like we have a tendency to be more selfish. And so now having all the experiences and the struggles and the battles and the sadness and, brokenness, you can look back in time and in retrospect and realize, wow, it wasn't about me. It was about something way bigger, and I didn't realize it, but I do now. So keep going and just realize it's going to get better. So,
and I would just add on to that and just say that for me, I'm like, at 52 years old, I wish I could say I have arrived, but I am still a work in progress, because, what the thought that first came to me when you asked that question was, listen to learn instead of respond. And I'm still working on that in every relationship in my life, is just listening more to learn, instead of trying to just think of my next response. I think that would have saved me a lot of trouble these last 52 years, Phoebe, if I would have done that. And so, there's a lot of things I would say to my younger self, but that's probably one of the first ones.
I love that. That is brilliant. So listen to learn, and it's not about you. So those are two gems. And again, it's so amazing doing these little bursts of brilliance, because it really is. You guys have so much wisdom. So friends that are watching, listen to learn, and it's really not about us. I love those two. Okay, so let me ask you guys this. One more kind of question, then we'll get to a fun little game to wrap it up. And I just totally blanked on my question. No, I didn't. I got it. Okay, so when you're having a rough moment, I love it. It's like out and then back in. When you're having a rough moment, so it's not like, just like those days or those moments where maybe you get some bad news, just something happens and you're kind of low energy, or maybe you're a little frustrated with whatever. Is there anything that you do to change your state? Is there anything that comes to mind that helps you when you're going through a bit of a rough day or moment? I should say.
Well, actually, when I was thinking about that, there's a chapter, I think it's chapter 7. And Dave and Roxanne talk about the struggles, major, overwhelming struggles and battles in life. And it's so true that I just feel like going to that place of gratitude. And literally, I personally very often have to just get on my knees and truly just focus on, okay, I'm not going to look at the problems. I want to know, what am I thankful for? And that's kind of what they alluded to, is just getting to that place of thankfulness and gratitude that can change everything. And that's why I always say to even my kids, I say, you know what, if you can just, before you put your feet on the floor, if you can focus on the things that you're grateful for, your whole day is going to change, whether it's right that moment or even later in the day. Like you said, something happens and you just got to get to the right place. It's really just focusing on gratitude. So,
yeah. And gratitude is always, morning and night is just, having that gratitude for sure. Because, I had a training once that the mentor spoke about, what you focus on, you find, right, Phoebe? So what you focus on, you find. And if people can just write down these 4 things: what you focus on, you find; what you focus on grows; what you focus on becomes real; and what you focus on, you become.
yes.
If you will focus on what you're grateful for, instead of, again, like we said earlier, the offenses or the problem or the, whatever is going on that's bringing you down into a place that you don't want to be, flip the script, turn that around and start focusing on things that are positive and uplifting, or being around people who are positive and uplifting like you, Phoebe, so that you can change your state and start going in the direction that you want to go.
Love it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So you guys jot that down. And if you didn't catch what Jen just shared, it's actually written in the book, which I loved that you put that in there, because it is super. It's important. We need to focus on the goodness, because there are, and I know sometimes when we're going through a rough time, it's hard to find something to be grateful for. But isn't it interesting when you just go down to like the basics, like you peel everything back and you start at the foundation of just even the smallest little thing, then another thing, and then another thing, and another thing, and another thing. That's what starts to grow. And so I love that. Okay, so we are going to play a little game to wrap up. So I'm going to my flicking skills actually need a little bit of work, but so okay, who wants to call it in the air? Heads, we're going to play lightning round. Tails will be hot potato.
Don't let me.
Okay, I'll call it.
Okay. I don't know. Hold on. Let's start it again. It just went straight up and okay, there we go. Oh, I lost this one. Okay. it. What did you call? Did you go heads?
Heads, yes, heads.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it's tails. So, anyways, we're playing hot potato.
Okay.
Okay. So here's how we'll play. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute-ish. We'll probably go a little longer because it's fun. And I'm going to set the timer. So I'll ask you guys a question, whatever pops in my head. You both can answer, and then when you can fire a question back at me, I answer, and then we go back and forth. Okay. So here we go. Are you morning people or night owls?
Morning for me.
Night.
See, we're twins.
Night.
Nothing alike. Morning, night.
Love it. Okay, your turn.
Bucket list. What's the place that you want to go to more than anything?
Ooh, Bora Bora.
Oh,
That's
I'll come with you.
Okay, beautiful. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
Ooh, chocolate, mint chocolate chip. Totally mint chocolate chip.
Nice. Good flavors.
All right, this one's a no-brainer, but what's your favorite sport, Phoebe?
Oh, interesting. Okay, it is a no-brainer, but it isn't. Soccer for sure to play, but basketball, I do love watching soccer too, but basketball to watch, I love.
Love it.
Love it. How about you guys? Great question. So favorite sport, playing, watching.
Yeah, I guess because we have kids that just finished through high school and college, that basketball all the way.
Yeah, I actually have a basketball court in my house, and I've never played basketball since high school. So it kind of says something about me that we love watching it with the kids for sure.
Awesome.
Yes,
Okay,
sure.
so that was my question to you. Your turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite food.
It's a tie between Italian and Caribbean food.
Ooh, okay.
Korean food. I was just talking about that.
Oh yeah. You know what? I say that, but I'm like, I just love food. Like
I know,
right?
Seriously.
Bring it on. Anything.
Dessert as the appetizer usually for us. So
yeah. It's just like it's so tasty. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Are you guys sweet or salty? For snacks, like sweet or salty?
It's got to be both. I'm sorry, I'm a sweet and
Salted.
salty. If you put pretzels with chocolate frosting, I'm in. So
Okay, I support that. Why do we have to limit?
Yes.
Take it all.
Yes.
Okay, what about favorite vacation spot?
Oh,
hey, anything to do with the beach. I'm all about the beach.
we love beaches, but I love history, so I struggle because we've gone to to Rome and different places. I love history, so beach or history, I'm there.
When you're there, awesome. Okay, so one question back, and then I'll fire you one, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so I want to know, what is your how many brothers and sisters do you have, or family, and who's your favorite?
Oh,
I only have one, so we're I have an older brother, so he's 4 years older. So he's my favorite, I guess.
You win.
Next vacation spot for you guys. Any vacations coming up?
No, but I've been dreaming about one for family. It would be like Hawaii. Just take a trip to Hawaii and let them be able to see it. But then if it was just going to be like a girls trip or something, it would definitely be Israel.
Yes.
That's on our bucket list. We want to go to Israel and see, walk where Jesus walked. So
Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. What about you, Jen?
That I think we talk about it so much together that is exactly it. I want us all to go to Hawaii with the family, and then for sure for us to go with our husbands to Israel, and that's totally bucket list.
Yeah, then Santorini, Greece. It's good. I have a whole list.
I know, right? Narrowing down. Okay, so friends watching, you tell us. Comment below, where is somewhere that you are like your next vacation spot or your bucket list spot? I love it, because then you see where people want to go, and you're like, oh, I never thought about that, and then you can connect. So comment below, let us know your upcoming trips and vacations and all that good stuff. So
what you focus on, you find. So there you go. Put it out there.
Absolutely. And there'll be some connections happening, right? And you can get what I love too is when people have been somewhere and you ask them for their experience. Sometimes you get like those hidden gems where they're like, you can go on like all the sites and hear where to go, but then you hear from people who have been there, and it's like some random like mom and pop shop that you might have walked past and you go, and it's like the family's incredible, the food's amazing. So anyways, all that to say, we want to hear where you guys want to go below so that we can also pick your right. Awesome. So I just want to wrap it up, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Friends, if you don't have your copy yet of Never Quit on a Bad Day, It is available now on Amazon. So you can go to Amazon, you can grab a copy. Also on our website, neverquitonabadday.com, you can get a free chapter, a preview chapter that's in the book. It's the actual chapter, so you can grab that. And then as well, join us on Facebook, Never Quit on a Bad Day, as well as Instagram, Never Quit on a Bad Day as well. And one of the things I encourage people to do is post a picture with the book and what are your goals, because you're making that statement of like, I'm going after this goal. I'm going to hit it. I'm never going to quit on a bad day. It's actually saying that, you know, there might be bumps, but you know where you're headed. And so, and I'm such a cheerleader. I love cheering people on.
Yeah,
So
me
part
too.
of it,
Yes.
yeah, I want to see what their goals are and what they're working towards. And so we can just cheer you on. So feel free to tag us in there when you post that photo and whatnot. And again, Jen and Jeanie, thank you so much for your contribution to this book and just being the bright, shining lights that you guys are. I just absolutely adore you two, and everything that you post. Again, as I said, it makes me smile, and I'm just excited for you guys and wishing you continued success. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yes,
Phoebe.
absolutely.
We're praying for you.
Thank you so much, Phoebe. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thanks,
it. And
everyone.
friends, if you're watching, join us tomorrow for another episode of Burst of Brilliance, 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And just keep rocking it, keep shining. We're cheering you on, and go after those goals and dreams. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.